Countdown clock will resume on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
T-minus 9 minutes and counting.
TLS auto sequence has been initiated.
9 minutes away now from the launch of Columbia on mission STS-93.
OTC, configure the fuel cell essential bus source switches.
CLT and work.
Pilot Ashby now flipping switches in the orbiter's crew cabin to directly connect the fuel cells to the essential power buses.
Copy.
In a few seconds, the orbiter crew access arm will be retracted away from the vehicle and stowed to the launch configuration. This arm can be re-extended in just a few seconds if necessary.
TLS's go for OAA retract.
T-minus 7 minutes and counting. All systems aboard the Shuttle Columbia continue to look very clean. Weather conditions are still go for launch. In the next couple minutes, Pilot Ashby will be performing the auxiliary power unit pre-start and also will be starting the...
Start the APU strip chart recorder. RPS, that is complete.
The auxiliary power units provide hydraulic power to the orbiter.
APU pre-start.
CLT, APU pre-start and work.
T-minus 6 minutes and counting.
PLT, APU pre-start complete, 3 gray talkbacks.
I copy.
And the auxiliary power units will be started at the T-minus 5 minute mark.
Attention all personnel, radio net 105. Maintain silence on net 105 until negative RTLS verified.
Orbiter APU start.
Maintain silence on net 105
Security console, this is an entity on air to ground.
Verified.
PLT, perform APU start.
PLT, starting APU.
NCDR, reconfigure heaters.
Heater reconfig did work. CDR, heater reconfig is complete.
Copy.
Ground launch sequencer has terminated liquid oxygen replenished to the external tank and is initiating drain back. T-minus 4 minutes and counting.
Purge sequence 4.
Final purge of the main engines is now starting. The main engine valves are being opened and being prepared for start. A profile test of the orbiter's aero surfaces has started. The orbiter flight control surfaces are being moved through a pre-programmed pattern to verify they are ready for launch. And the 3 main engines will be gimbaled and positioned for launch. All systems are go for launch at this time. Just a few minutes away from the 26th flight of the Shuttle Columbia with a crew of 5. T-minus 3 minutes and counting.
Select go for LOC pressurization.
The liquid oxygen tank is being pressurized for flight. The gaseous oxygen vent hood retraction is now beginning.
PLC on work.
PLC caution warning memory is cleared, no unexpected errors.
Copy that. Flight crew, close and lock your visors. Initiate O2 flow. A few days delayed, but same enthusiastic launch team wishing Columbia's crew success on your mission.
STS CDR, we've got our visors and our O2. Thanks for all the great work, and we'll see you in 5 days.
CLS is go for EC LH2 pressurization.
All systems aboard Columbia continuing to look very clean. 90 seconds away from launch. Chandra is the next of NASA's series of great observatories following the Hubble Space Telescope and the Compton Gamma Ray Observatory. Liquid hydrogen tank being pressurized for flight. T-minus 1 minute and counting. Columbia will be launched on an easterly trajectory on a 28.45 degrees inclination to the equator. T-minus 45 seconds. Less than 1 minute away now from the 95th Space Shuttle launch. T-minus 35 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds.
25 seconds.
T-minus 20 seconds. T-minus 15. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We have a go for engine start. 0. We have booster ignition and liftoff of Columbia, reaching new heights for women in X-ray astronomy.
Booster Columbia is in the roll. We've got a fuel cell pH number 1.
Roger roll, Columbia, we're looking at. Columbia, Houston, we'd like AC bus sensors off. We're evaluating the fuel cell. Columbia.
And that's complete, Scooter.
Roger that, Columbia. Looks like we had a transient on AC1.
Columbia is now headed downrange, altitude 3.8 miles. And as we hear, all systems okay. It looks like a sensor on board. 3 engines throttling down, all at 67%.
Columbia, Houston, we are critical to AC2 on the center engine, AC3 on the right. We've lost DCU-A on the center and DCU-B on the right.
Copy that.
And Columbia, Houston, you are go at throttle up.
Columbia, go at throttle up.
And all 3 engines are back at full throttle. Columbia is now 8 miles downrange, altitude 14 miles. The flight control team is monitoring the electrical systems on board. Again, all 3 fuel cells appear to be healthy, as do the hydraulic systems. We're approaching 1 minute 50 seconds into the flight, standing by for burnout and separation of the solid rocket boosters on the orbiter. Columbia now has burned more than 2 million pounds of fuel and weighs half of what it did at launch. SRB separation is confirmed.
Columbia, Houston, performance nominal.
Performance nominal.
That report, the performance thus far in the launch phase has been as expected. Again, the electrical systems officer here in Mission Control reports that all electrical systems are in good shape. Columbia is now 50 miles away from the Kennedy Space Center at an altitude of 40 miles, now traveling 3,200 miles per hour. Approaching 3 minutes into the flight. The next call will be shortly after 3 minutes, which will be a 2-engine call for the transatlantic abort site at Ben Guerir in Morocco. Again, all systems healthy, the hydraulic systems, electrical systems, and the 3 engines are all at full throttle. No issues that are being tracked. Again, all electrical systems are healthy aboard the orbiter.
Columbia, Houston, 2-engine Ben.
2-engine Ben.
Columbia can reach Ben Guerir now in the event of a single engine failure. Again, all 3 are still at full throttle, and there are no issues being reported by the flight control team. All is quiet. It appears that the electrical issue earlier on appears to have been a sensor. All systems are again healthy. Columbia is 116 miles away from the Kennedy Space Center at an altitude of 58 miles. Traveling now almost 4,500 miles per hour.
Columbia, Houston, you are negative return.
Columbia, negative return.
Columbia can no longer return to the Kennedy Space Center now in the event of an engine failure, but all 3, again, are doing very well. Flash evaporator system operating normally now, 4 minutes, 45 seconds into the flight. Columbia is 199 miles away from the Kennedy Space Center at an altitude of 67 miles, traveling 6,000 miles per hour. All quiet here in Mission Control with no problems being tracked. All 3 engines are at full throttle. Hydraulic systems all healthy, as are the fuel cells producing electricity for all of the orbiter's systems.
Columbia, Houston, press to ATO.
Columbia, press to ATO.
And Columbia can now reach orbit on 2 engines should one fail.
And we're selecting Banjul.
Roger that. You are single engine ops 3.
Single engine ops 3.
That call indicating that Columbia is in excellent shape, headed to orbit, about 2.5 minutes or so remaining now in powered flight.
Columbia Houston, single engine band Jewel 104.
Single engine band Jewel 104.
Now Columbia can reach band Jewel if necessary on one engine.
Columbia, press to MECO.
And that call indicates that Columbia can reach a safe orbit now on two engines should one fail, but all three are still in good shape. Traveling 10,000 miles per hour downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 413 miles at an altitude of 70 miles. Now approaching 7 minutes into the flight. Columbia's velocity is up to 10,900 miles per hour, downrange 500 miles, altitude 69 miles.
Columbia Houston, single engine press 104.
Columbia, single engine press 104.
And Columbia can reach orbit now on one engine should two fail. Again, all three are still at full throttle, 104% of rated thrust.
Columbia Houston, approaching MECO, nominal shutdown plan, no action required.
Booster officer reports he's seeing throttling now on the main engines as the vehicle approaches 3 times gravity. And the 3 main engines are beginning to throttle back in preparation for main engine cutoff, just about 20 seconds away. Columbia's velocity is up to 15,000 miles per hour. Downrange 760 miles, altitude 67 miles. Standing by for main engine cutoff. And the booster officer reports a good main engine cutoff of Columbia's engine. Columbia is now in orbit.